Now, why does self-discipline feel so tough sometimes? Is staying disciplined as hard as people make it out to be? Building self-discipline can definitely be tough, but it's something anyone can improve with some practice and patience. It's kind of like working out a muscle. You won't see big changes right away, but little by little, it gets easier. Here's why self-discipline can feel really hard. 1. We love quick rewards. Our brains are wired to crave instant satisfaction, like scrolling through social media or binge-watching shows. It makes it hard to stay focused on things that don't give us that immediate hit of happiness. For example, imagine you sit down to work on a project, but your phone is buzzing with notifications from friends and apps. It's tempting to check them because it gives you that immediate sense of connection or entertainment. The discipline challenge here is learning to put your phone away or turn off notifications to focus on the task, knowing that the reward will come later, like finishing the project and feeling accomplished. 2. Old habits die hard. If you've been doing something a certain way for a long time, it's like second nature. Breaking those habits takes effort and feels uncomfortable at first. For example, let's say you're used to sleeping in every morning. You want to start waking up earlier to have more productive mornings. But that cozy bed is hard to leave. The old habit of hitting snooze is so ingrained that it feels almost automatic. Building self-discipline might start with setting your alarm a bit earlier each day, so your body and mind can slowly adjust to the new routine. 3. Some tasks just suck. Let's be honest, some things are boring or difficult, and it's easy to procrastinate or avoid them. Our brains will find any excuse to do something else. For example, imagine you've got a pile of dishes in the sink after a long day. You don't feel like washing them because it's boring, so you procrastinate. You find ways to distract yourself, maybe watching TV or scrolling online. But discipline comes in when you make yourself do the dishes anyway, even though it's not fun, because you know it'll feel good to have a clean kitchen later. 4. No clear plan. It's hard to stay disciplined if you don't have a solid goal or know exactly what you're working towards. Without a clear path, distractions easily pull you away. For example, picture wanting to get fit, but having no specific goal. You might say, I want to work out more. But without a clear plan, it's hard to stay consistent. One day you'll feel motivated, the next day not so much. But if you set a goal like, I'll go to the gym 3 times a week and follow this workout routine, it's easier to stay disciplined because you know exactly what you need to do. 5. Willpower drains fast. Discipline takes mental energy. And by the end of the day, especially if you're tired or stressed, it's way harder to stick to your plans. For example, think about a time when you've had a long, exhausting day. By evening, you might have promised yourself to work on a side project, but after dinner, all you want to do is relax. This is where self-discipline becomes harder, because you're mentally tired. To work around this, you could schedule your side project time earlier in the day when your willpower's fresh, or make small progress instead of forcing a big task. But here's the good news. You can definitely get better at it. A few tips that help. Start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire life at once. Pick one habit or task and focus on that until it feels natural. Build routines. The more consistent you are, the easier it gets. Routines take the decision-making out of the equation and save your willpower for when you really need it. Track your progress. It's motivating to see how far you've come, even if it's just small wins. It keeps you from getting discouraged. Give yourself some grace. You're not always going to be perfect. Slip-ups happen, but what matters is getting back on track, rather than giving up completely. It's a process, but with time, discipline starts to feel less like a struggle and more like a habit you can rely on. By starting small and gradually building these habits, discipline becomes a lot easier to manage. It's about finding those little adjustments that make sticking to your goals less of a battle. Here are some motivational quotes and insights on self-discipline from well-known experts and thinkers. 1. Jocko Willink, retired Navy SEAL, author of Discipline Equals Freedom. Discipline equals freedom. Willink emphasizes that while discipline may feel restricting at first, it actually gives you the freedom to achieve your goals, live without regret, and take control of your life. 2. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Clear explains that self-discipline isn't about sheer willpower, but about building systems and habits that support your long-term success. Start small and make it automatic. 3. Ryan Holiday, author of The Obstacle is the Way. It's not about feeling good. It's about doing what needs to be done. Holiday emphasizes that self-discipline often means pushing through discomfort and focusing on what really matters, regardless of how we feel in the moment. 5. Angela Duckworth, psychologist, author of Grit. Enthusiasm is common. Endurance is rare. Duckworth's research shows that it's not about bursts of motivation, but about being disciplined enough to stick with your goals over time, despite setbacks. 5. Tony Robbins, life coach, author of Awaken the Giant Within. It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives, but what we do consistently. Robbins believes that self-discipline is about consistent action. Success comes from doing the small, daily tasks that lead to long-term results, even when they're not exciting. 6. Brian Tracy, author of No Excuses. The Power of Self-Discipline. The ability to discipline yourself to delay gratification in the short term in order to enjoy greater rewards in the long term is the indispensable prerequisite for success. Tracy highlights that real success comes from the discipline to make sacrifices today for the benefit of tomorrow. 7. Mark Manson, author of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. Self-discipline is often about what you don't do more than what you do. Manson suggests that discipline isn't just about taking action, but about learning to avoid distractions, temptations, and habits that take you off course. These experts remind us that self-discipline isn't just about brute force or endless motivation. It's about setting up the right habits, systems, and mindset to make achieving your goals feel less like a battle and more like a lifestyle choice. And if you want more content like this, like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a nice day.